All right, so let's take a look at this example. It says the voltage V produced by an AC generator is V equals 170 sine 140 pi t. We know that the general form is Y equals A sine omega x. All right, so we need to find out what our amplitude is. Well, if we match it up, we have A sine omega t. Not too bad. So right now, amplitude is directly shown right here as 170. Now we need to find our period t. We know t equals 2 pi over omega. So we know our period t equals 2 pi over 140 pi. And if we simplify that down, we get t equals 1/70th. So now we have a period of 1/70th. Knowing that information, it brings us to C. It says, which of the following shows a graph of voltage V over 2 periods beginning at t equals 0? So I know the height of my graph is going to be 170, and one period is 1/70th. So automatically, when I look at A, B, C, and D, I know I want a height of 170, which means it's not C and it's not D because they only have heights of 85. I also know that I want a period of 1/70th. Well, here we go. One cycle takes me to 1/70th here. One cycle here takes me to 1/40th. Well, we want a period of 1/70th, so that leaves us with an answer of A. All right, now going down, part D says, if a resistance R equals 30 ohms is present, what is the current I? And then it says, hint, use Ohm's law of V equals IR. Well, if we know V equals IR, we were given V of being 170 sine 140 pi t equals I times 30, because we were given R was 30 ohms. Well, let's get I by itself because that's what it's asking. It says I equals blank sine of 140 pi over t. So we're looking once again for that amplitude. I need to isolate I. So I divide both sides by 30. Those 30s cancel. And now I have 170 divided by 30. Well, if I put that into my calculator, because it says round to the nearest tenth, I want one decimal place. So this ends up being 5.7 sine of 140 pi t equal to I. So I'm going to type in this blank, 5.7. Well, E just asks what my amplitude is. Well, the amplitude's 5.7 because that's what's in front. So I'm going to put 5.7 again. Now it asks for our period. Did we change our period any? Did we shift left or right from the original V? No. So you already know what your period is. Your period is still 1/70th. Now it's just applying the fact that we know our amplitude is 5.7 and our period is 1/70th to find out, G, is it A, B, C, or D? Well, if we have an amplitude of 5/70th, that means my peak is going to be at 5.7 and my valley is going to be at negative 5.7. So when we look at A, B, C, and D, A and B only go up close to 3. So it can't be A and it can't be B. Now we have to look at C and D. Those both have amplitudes of 5.7. Now we have to take a look at the period. One cycle should be a width of 1/70th. So here's one cycle of sine, boom, stops at 1/70th. One cycle of sine here stops at 1/40th. Well, we wanted 1/70th. So it's not D, the answer is C. And there you go.